Thank you, Honorable Dr. Mahlatsi.
No, thank you very much, Chairperson. Greetings to the Deputy Minister and greetings to the SAPS. Now, the presentation is welcomed. And Honorable Nyambos covered me on the first question, so I'll just focus on institutional coordination. Now, given that both the Detective Service and the DPCI are involved, how are two entities coordinating their work to avoid duplication, delays, and outcome conflict? Second question, still aligned to that. Who serves as a leading investigator or a case manager across the different entities, and how is accountability ensured? Are there any formal joint investigation protocol or memorandum of understanding governing this collaboration? There's a reason I'm asking these questions, because my concern is the protection of witnesses by being interviewed by different investigators on the same case. And this then open a gap for intruders in the case to also pose as third investigators who are unknown. That is why in most of the cases you'll hear that people who have retired from police or who are no longer with directorate came and interviewed witnesses. But the witnesses are not aware, but they are used to being interviewed by different investigators, one from the detective where the case was open and one from the priority crime investigation, and they can create other stories from Hawks and other stories. So I just want to check there on the institutional coordination, because we regard this case as a very important case that relate to Ingonyama Trust. Chairperson.
Thank you.
I submit.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Mahlatsi and the DM.
Proceed, Chair.
Thank you very much. To the issue of cybercrime. For the Dr. Mahlatsi question on collaboration, and probably we actually have strengthened our relationship with SARS. We had a meeting with them where we are also pursuing your high flyer targets. Your high flyer targets would be people who are obviously living outside of their means. And we are doing that also in collaboration with the NPA, FIC, as well as FAU, because we are also of the view that we need to begin to hit people where it hurts them the most, and that is their pocket. So I think the minister is leading that particular direction of the organization to say, when it comes to organized crime, let's really bring everybody on board, and where we cannot pursue criminal charges, let's look at, for example, your tax legislation transgressions, and let's look at where we can also preserve assets or actually recover assets. So we are doing that. If we have information, as Honorable Tetwa is now alluding to, we can only act if they also or he does register a case as a complainant. Unfortunately, we don't actually go ourselves and open a case. We always are reactive, as you rightfully said earlier. We'll only react to information that we have based on your complaint. That will be in our A1 statement in our docket. Thank you so much, Chair. I submit.
Well, thank you, honorable members. I think we need to make progress now, because we really are running out of time. Honorable Mahlatsi.
No, thank you very much, Chairperson. General, as we both, me and you, are custodian of vetting, I want to check, when you do this collaboration, maybe from your side, the investigators have been vetted, but how do you ensure that through the collaboration, those from SAS, those from NPA, and other units in collaboration are actually being vetted? How do you ensure that? Chairperson, I submit.
General.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair, and I'm glad that he asked this question because he knows that this is my field of expertise. Vetting starts with an individual. When you are employed as a state, by the state as an investigator, as an analyst, it starts with you. The state can do what it can. We can give you a certificate that says you're security cleared, but it depends on whether you live up to that certificate. So the state currently is overwhelmed in relation to, I think even SSA, your vetting requests. So we need officers who are beyond reproach, not because the state says so, but because they know so. So in our collaboration, we look at people who are actually trustworthy, not because we assess them to be, but we know that when we give them a task, their focus will be to ensure that justice is served, whether to the victims or in service to the state. So unfortunately, we don't have capacity to vet everybody, whether it's within SARS or the NPA, FIC. All we can do is to make sure that whoever we deploy understands their mandate as sent by the state to be able to fulfill their obligation as outlined in the Constitution. That's basically to investigate crime as well as to combat crime. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, General. I'm sure members are taking keen interest in your job now, generally, than the specific issue of the Ingonyama holdings. Maybe they would like to invite you again to just engage you on what you do on a daily basis. I thank you so much, Honorable Deputy Minister, and unless you would like to make some closing remarks on this particular matter.
No, Chair, except to appreciate and to thank you for giving us an opportunity to appear before you. And the questions that members raised, you can see that your members are not only about land, they are also schooled on policing matters. They raise very interesting questions. I thought we were having one page that we're presenting to you, but it ended up being a session, a thesis that we discussed. But this just shows the commitment that members have, and we really appreciate this engagement. Every time when we appear in committees, we come out having learned a bit, and it has happened here as well. We want to thank you for that, Chair, and we appreciate it a lot. And the questions that you asked us is of great help to us. They make us better and wiser. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Honorable DM. Thank you, General and your team. We just hope that after this engagement, you will actually appreciate the seriousness of the matters that you are actually handling right now, because we are custodians of a very